All right, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Nathaniel Waye, and I will be introducing mental health within Black men. This is a very important topic to me as a Black man myself, who has dealt with mental health issues throughout high school, middle school, elementary, all the way to here now in college. I would like to talk about my experience as well as the experience I've researched today. So let's start with what is mental health. Mental health often refers to a person's overall psychological excuse me. It often refers to a it often refers to a mental health often refers to a person's overall psychological well-being, including their emotional, cognitive, and behavioral functioning. It encompasses a range of factors such as a person's ability to cope with stress, maintaining a healthy relationship with others, and handle everyday challenges. Good mental health is characterized. I say want to say good mental health because I believe that everyone has their can have their own opinion on what good mental health can be characterized for them. But as a most for me, I think it's a positive sense of self, a health balance between work and leisure, and the ability to adapt and change, and the sense of purpose. That's it. Mental health can also include the ability to recognize and manage mental illnesses such as anxiety, depression, bipolar disorder, or schizophrenia. Overall, mental health is an essential component of overall health and well-being, and is a crucial to take care of your body and your mind at the same time. Um, I wanted to specifically talk about the importance that it deals with long time of depression can raise long time health issues, particularly long term illnesses such as diabetes or heart disease. And this illness is more common than anyone think. It's more than 50% will be diagnosed with a mental illness or disorder at some point in their life. And what causes mental illness? A lot of early trauma, biological factors, or chemical imbalances within the brain, as well as drug addiction. I want to talk about so let's get to the topic of importance of mental health within Black men. First, let's bring up the historical trauma. We all know that slavery is a huge result that has led to generational trauma from slave masters hitting their slaves to having fathers hit their kids to having fathers hit their daughters to repeated beatings and whoopings that we have perceived as normal when that is certainly abnormal behavior that could lead to trauma and long-term consequences throughout generations. There's also a lot of masculinity norms. uh we are still at a point where that wasn't too long ago, where being a man meant you have to drink a six-pack of beer, work hard at work every single day, have no issues, be stoic, be never break down, never show a tear in front of your children, etc. But right now we're at a point where uh still at a point where if you have concerns about your mental health, it is sometimes typically perceived as as a vulnerability, and traditional masculine norms may deter Black men from seeking help. But I believe in the statement below that overall Black men's mental health is a vital element of their well-being, and it is critical to acknowledge and address the unique barriers they may have in seeking and obtaining an adequate care. Excuse me. Let's talk about the importance of research, because research is really important when you really think about it. There's nothing that can be done without research. It's the basis of how we can start to untwine and unravel and start to really help and not help and mold people. I believe that stigma and discrimination are great things to be researched about, because Black men often may encounter or face any additional stigma and discrimination related to mental health conditions, which can prevent them from seeking help. This research can also identify what the root problems are and start breaking them apart, basically, as well as trying to reduce their impact as well. The next one I want to talk about is intersectionality in identities within the Black community. Black men also may face unique challenges related to their intersectional identities, such as racism or homophobia and transphobia. Those are big things that really affect a person. I remember hearing about a trans hate crime that happened here at the AUC a while ago. I won't go into too further details of it, but it was very jarring to hear that happening still in today, and the repercussions that would have on that said person. Well, that person will go down a long term of health issues, mental health issues. But I believe that with research, we can help identify the specific mental health needs of Black men with intersecting identities and develop targeted interventions to address these needs and really open up the an umbrella to help them. uh Public health, I want to say that public health is very important as well. This is what the class we're learning about. This, we are in public health, folks. So addressing mental disparities in black men is crucial for promoting health and reducing healthcare costs. Because let's really think about it. If we identify the economic and social costs of untreated mental health conditions, they're high. It's really hard. Like, therapy is really expensive, and expensive for no reason. We should really find a way to develop policies and programs for Black men to really seek these options. Um, and I want to say healing and trauma. Generational trauma I talked about before. There's family dynamics that also can lead to mental health illnesses. There's counts of abuse, sexual assault, witnessing violence, especially in the Black community where a lot of gun violence is prevalent. And I wanted to talk about um what it mean what if mental health was not treated? So we'll talk about the physical effects first. So there's illnesses. There is diabetes. There's high blood pressure prevalent in Black men specifically. There's heart disease, and there's addiction. Now, addiction is very scary to deal with. It's real. Some people don't would rather stay addicted than rather than get help because of what the addiction is doing to their mental, and that's why we need to help treat them. And the mental effects that lead from these are suicide, very high in the US right now compared to any other country, addiction, self-harm, and depression. And depression itself is its own entity that tries to nitpick and break you down whenever it can. But we need to understand that it's all depression at the end of the day is not just, it might be just be a little voice that might tell you, oh, I'm such a piece of garbage, but that's not true at all. That's not even close, because it's just that's what it does. It feeds off of negativity. And there's also social effects with LGBTQ plus community, within the youth, as well as undiagnosed people who don't even want to take a chance. There's resistance, people who will be sent to the psych ward and just resist it the entire time. And there's also prejudice. Like I said before, people will see it as a weakness. And that is the end of my slides. Thank you. Credits to everybody who at the bottom, and as well as my works cited.